Today, we're going to be going over the latest and greatest news drop regarding everything Call of Duty. So we're going to be going over Call of Duty Warzone 2 and Call of Duty DMZ, two free-to-play game modes that are dropping November 16th. And then we're going to be covering what we know, or what was announced, about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 2022, of course, Season 1 drop. So this was all in a press release that was done just a couple hours ago, and it is bigger than my latest drop at Taco Bell, so you can expect a lot of information in this one. What I'm going to do, though, is try and keep it short and sweet in the beginning, sum everything up, and then we're going to go into talking about the nitty-gritty of everything that's being dropped. So we've got this handy little infographic here, and this shows for Warzone 2.0, you can expect a new map, no duds, El Mazrah. Get in, explore, Next up, you've got a new mode. This would be Call of Duty DMZ. It's an escape from Tarkov-esque mode that is a little dumbed down. And by a little dumbed down, I mean think Game of Thrones plot versus Teletubbies. Next up, we've got a new Gulag where players can team up and fight together before going back into the battlefield and trying to teabag each other. Then you've got new vehicles. We've got a heavy chopper and a Hummer EV. And you've got some new game features. You can fight underwater, which I don't know why anyone's excited about that. You've got circles that collapse into each other, just like my life. And you've got a proximity chat, which means you can now hear your enemies say words that you really shouldn't say in 2022. You got a new buy station where you can buy guns that are fully loaded out to your specification. You've got a third-person playlist. This is for Warzone 2.0. And you've got an interrogation battle royale. This is more of a game mode focused or story focused, I believe, battle royale mode. We're going to be getting into that a little bit later. Next up, for the Modern Warfare 2 Season 1 drops, we've got two new maps that are coming. Shoot House, that's a 6v6 map that's going to be dropping right on Season 1, I believe. And then we've got a Shipment map. These are two maps that Call of Duty players know and love. So what can go wrong? Everybody's probably complaining about it on Twitter already. You've got a new game mode, which is Raid, which is supposed to expand upon the Call of Duty campaign. You've got new co-op missions, this one being High Ground, but there should be a few more released this season. You've got CDL Mosh Pit. Then for the Battle Pass, I'm just going to go over this real quick because I really don't care about the Battle Pass. You've got a new Battle Pass system, a new operator, and new weapons. Then you've got a Modern Warfare FC event, which has limited time operator bundles. Messi, Paul, whatever, Neymar, it's, I guess, FIFA themed or whatever. Who cares? Weapons, operators, and more. You've got some new weapons. Basically, they're kitted. One of them looks to be gold. You got some new bundles: Pro Pack, Greed, Sloth, Tactical Fringe, whatever. It should be called Cringe because, why are people still buying these things? And then you've got some new operators: Kloss, which is basically Santa, and Gaz, which is what you wrap yourself in. Anyways, that's the news. That's what we've got. And now we're going to go into the sort of nitty-gritty of everything. I'm going to be reading over this announcement. It's a big one. If you want to duck out here, no harm, no foul. I appreciate the fact that you made it this far. Now, let's get into it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 Season 1. Everything you need to know, including DMZ. Get ready for the new era, the launch of free-to-play. All right, we're going to skip over this. This isn't really an announcement. Here we go. A new era begins. Ready up and prepare to drop in. Starting on November 16th, Season 1, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 will deliver action on all fronts, including in your the next iteration of the massive free-to-play Battle Royale experience, featuring the much-anticipated DMZ mode, which everybody that's played it says it's like Escape from Tarkov, but a lot worse. Like when you have a bad donut and then put mustard on it. Now, moving on, we got reimagined maps in multiplayer and an additional special ops mission prior to the first raid episode. There will be plenty of content across both games through all new Battle Pass, football-themed events, and more. Now, Season 1 for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0 goes live on November 16th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Modern Warfare 2 will receive its Season 1 update on November 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. All platforms can preload Warzone 2.0 starting on, you guessed it, November 14th at 10 p.m. Pacific Time again. Warzone 2.0 overview. So you've got a cool picture here, and someone's wearing a weird flag that only has 3 colors because the country that made the flag was very unimaginative. Don't shoot me, I just insulted a lot of countries. Oh, moving on, Almaraz, home of Warzone 2.0. Use 18 major points of interest to plot out your victory in Battle Royale or explore them en route to extraction in the brand new DMZ experience. Ready for the new era, masses of gameplay innovations and new features make Warzone 2.0 an incredible experience built on community learning since Call of Duty Next. A shift in perspective, third-person playlist coming in Season 2 Warzone 2.0. For the first time in Warzone history, we welcome fans of third-person Battle Royale action to Season 1. Is anyone hyped for third-person? I really don't think so, but maybe there's a few of you out there. I'm curious. Welcome to Almaraz. New big map. So it's basically a bigger map than before, but that's pretty much every map that succeeds another map. Central to Modern Warfare 2 universe, the city of Almaraz within the United Republic of Adel is your first... I think I said Adele. Yeah, we're going to go with that. It's a singer. Is your first battleground for Warzone 2.0. Those who are playing Modern Warfare 2 right now are getting some serious training on Almaraz. That's just a little clip they put in there to make sure you pay that extra $60 just to get good before they drop Warzone 2.0, which is free. Their press spiel is basically this. For example, the following multiplayer maps are subsections of this massive region because they didn't want to do extra work. Barra Fortress, core map. Embassy, core map. Zarqawi Hydroelectric, core map. Tarak, both core and battle map. Serif Bay, battle map. And Said, battle map. We've already, and please excuse my pronunciations, they're horrible. I know it's completely incorrect, but remember, while English is my first language, it's not my best language. And the only reason I say that is because I'm not really good at English. I only speak one language. It's sad. We already gave a brief overview of Almaraz here. Expect an expanded map guide before launch. And we will be covering that here, so make sure you hit subscribe. Warzone 2.0, innovations updates since Call of Duty Next. Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 is ready to make its impact as a rebuild, a free-to-play, free-for-everyone take on the Battle Royale game that has redefined the Call of Duty franchise. Before the Season 1.0 launch, an entire blog will be dedicated to diving deeper into new features and mechanics that have been updated since what was shown at Call of Duty Next. For now, here's a taste of the biggest highlights we can share. Loadouts are not leaving. Custom loadouts are back for Warzone 2.0. So let's get this straight. They talk about all the new features that are coming, and then they lead off by saying a feature from Warzone 1 is coming back. Are bullets going to exist in this game? Are we going to have guns? Are there even going to be skins if they don't announce it? Anyways, jumping into this, similar to the original Call of Duty Warzone, loadouts play a large role in what makes this game unique. And in this new era, players will have quicker access to their loadout's primary benefits. The primary weapons. There are 3 ways to earn a loadout, or at least a primary weapon. Shops. Players can use in-match cash at shops, new name for the buy stations, to purchase their primary weapon from their created loadouts. Loadout drop public events. Loadout drops will drop into El Mazrah in the middle of Battle Royale matches. However, these are not limited or assigned to individual squads, but instead can be accessed by any player. So I'm interested to hear how this is going to work. Is it going to be any player's loadout just drops and anyone can pick it up and use it? Or are these drops going to be specific, like you pick it up and then your loadout pops into your hands? It would be very interesting if any player's any player's loadout could drop anywhere on the map. I could see that adding some interesting dynamics to it, and you might actually be able to sort of mess with other players by having horrible loadouts that would drop for them, or you could be betting on the loadout dropping for you and getting something amazing. Moving on, Stronghold and Black Sites. Players can also earn their loadout in the early game as a reward for clearing a Stronghold or a Black Site. These are going to be staffed by NPCs, by the way. So for those of you who don't know, NPCs are going to be in Warzone 2. I don't know how this is going to work, how people are going to like it, but it looks like to get a loadout, you might have to fight some of these NPCs, maybe a boss, and then you're going to get a nice little gun for a reward. Additionally, in-match cash can be used to purchase your primary weapon from created loadouts. Looting mechanics, Battle Royale remaining traditional, new backpack system in DMZ. Warzone 2.0 will implement a new backpack system fully integrated for DMZ and streamlined for Battle Royale modes. In Battle Royale, like previous Warzone, supply boxes will throw out items to pick up. When a player interacts with any other loot container, such as a duffel bag, medical case, they will function with a loot menu. When a player dies, they will drop their primary weapon on the ground and their backpack, which contains the rest of their content and is accessible through a loot menu. Defining the new Gulag. After Next, the new Gulag received some changes over the past 2 months while still being grounded within the traditional Warzone experience. The Gulag will be a 2v2 environment where randomly paired duos must coordinate to take down their opposition. All players will receive a predefined loadout. At launch, this will be a pistol or a shotgun, a lethal grenade, and a tactical grenade, with highly effective weaponry and gear placed towards the map's center. So Gulag, it looks like it is going to have that basic pistol and shotgun combo that you can use, or a pistol or a shotgun, but you could also have some sort of high-powered weapons in the middle, so if you run for those, that might be able to get you a little bit of extra boom and take out your enemy, or maybe your enemy expects and they can take you out when you're running for that weapon. Anyways, moving on to the Gulag will include a jailer who will appear in the middle of the match to help speed up combat. Defeating the jailer will return all 4 Gulag prisoners back into the Battle Royale, which offers a dilemma. Do both duos agree to wait and fight the powerful enemy together, or does one get greedy and try to go for the elimination victory? Instead of a traditional overtime mechanic, if neither team nor the jailer is eliminated after a brief period of time, all 4 operators lose. So this is interesting, okay? Like, you could all 4 succeed and get out of the Gulag, or you could all 4 die in the Gulag. I'm curious to see how that works out. Moving on, AI combatants in Battle Royale, only at strongholds, black sites, Gulag overtime. Gulag is just one of 3 places where players can fight AI combatants, as they will be restricted to guarding specific locations. The other 2 locations are strongholds and black sites, which are clearly designated on your in-game TAC map to allow you to opt into engagements with AI combatants. So if you want to avoid NPCs, it looks like that's completely possible for those of you who couldn't read those clearly defined lines. During each match, several strongholds will be activated around the map. Squads can visit these areas to fight AI combatants. The first team to complete a stronghold must disarm a bomb and will earn a key to a black site and their custom loadout. Successive teams must eliminate a specific number of defenders, AI, or players and will earn their custom loadout, but not a black site key. Black sites are a more dangerous form of strongholds, but they offer a permanent weapon blueprint reward and even more valuable in-match items for those who clear it out. These are available only via black site key given to the first team that clears one of the active strongholds. So I'm very interested about that permanent weapon blueprint reward. That's very interesting because it feels like that reward would be given out too often to players to make it like anything that people want to fight for, but I could see it being very intense, very interesting depending on how they do it and how many of these rewards there are. Maybe you're going for like, it could be like dungeons in an MMORPG where there's different blueprints. Some are super hard to get. Maybe you only get 1 in 1,000 times of doing this black site. So people are trying to just run it time after time. Or it could be like something where you get a couple blueprint rewards and, you know, after 10 tries, you've got them all and who cares? Anyways, moving on. Additional new features. Aquatic combat, new vehicles, and fuel mechanics, and more. They used "and" twice there. I disagree with that. Anyways, not everything will be different from what we saw at Next. In addition to some other new features expect the following in Warzone 2. Circle collapse. There may not be only one safe zone. In Battle Royale modes, there can be up to 3 circles within the collapse, which will ultimately re-merge for a final showdown. Prepare to adjust your strategies accordingly as this feature is randomized in each map. So this is very interesting because your team could be in a circle completely separate from everybody else, in which case you might want to load up on sniper rifles and try to shoot between circles. Or maybe you just hide out in a building and watch those other 2 teams duke it out and then get in and clean up the mess. Anyways, moving on, proximity chat got something to say, especially the N-word. Comms are now open, so any in-game chatter can be picked up by any other squad. This can open up new ways to tackle engagements or mess with enemies who are holed up inside buildings. Yes, I'm sure this is going to be used completely to tackle engagements in new and interesting ways, and not to say very old and offensive words. Assimilation. In squad-based DMZ modes as well as special Battle Royale playlists, you have the choice to join up with enemy operators and form a larger squad. That's interesting. So I wonder, like, could you just make a whole team, like just assimilate everybody onto your team and have a 100-person Battle Royale victory? Who's going to be the first YouTuber to do it? Probably not me. Interrogation, Battle Royale, and DMZ only. In squad-based modes, intel is everything. Reveal enemy locations by successfully shaking down player-controlled enemies while they are downed. Heavy Chopper and Hummer EV. 2 new vehicles define the refreshed vehicle roster for Warzone 2.0. An aerial powerhouse known as the Heavy Chopper, which can hover in air without a pilot, and the, they didn't really read this well, there's whatever, GMC Hummer EV pickup, a versatile means to quickly cover serious ground with a whole squad in this all-electric super truck. Because if there's one thing gamers care about, it's whether the car they're driving in a video game burns gas or electric. You don't want to pollute the environment after all, you just want to kill your enemies and destroy the world. Here's the full roster of vehicles you can expect to find in El Mazrah. ATV and nimble 3C with little protection, UTV all-terrain lightweight 4-seater, hatchback 4-door civilian vehicle without any significant protection, SUV all-terrain civilian 4x4 with boxy frame, GMC Hummer EV all-electric super truck engineered for off-road, cargo truck large industrial vehicle with a flatbed, light helo twin-engine light helicopter for rapid transversal and combat support, heavy chopper heavily armed, search and rescue helicopter, RHIB maneuver tactical boat for special forces, armored patrol boat, reinforced aquatic vehicle with mounted .50 cal machine guns. We probably all knew that. That's why I rushed through it so fast. Moving on. Vehicle fuel. What? We got gas stations? Vehicle fuel gas station mechanic. No more unlimited fuel sources. All vehicles, yes, including the EV source over time. And when it runs out, that vehicle is no longer usable. Vehicles can be refilled with either gas cans found around the map or at gas stations. Gas stations can also repair body damage, tires, thereby restoring vehicle health. However, operators can also perform flat tire repairs anywhere in the world by interacting with individual tires. So now you can blame Biden for raising gas prices not only in the real world, but in Call of Duty DMZ and Warzone. Because guess what? You're going to have to pay real world money for that gas. You think they're going to just give it to you? Really? It's an add-on. It's a battle pass feature. Get with it. That I added that last part. Gas is not a battle pass feature, and please don't make it a battle pass feature. Aquatic combat. Whether by boat or breaststroke, operators can navigate waterways, rivers, and the open sea as part of their overall victory strategy. Remember, only sidearms, melee weapons, and throwing knives can be used while you're submerged. Also, try using lethal and tactical equipment on or underwater for a wide variety of potentially destructive effects. The shop's Buy Station 2.0. Each buy station contains a unique set of items for purchases in limited quantity, including kill streaks, armor plates, and more. You can see these offerings and buy back fallen squad mates within a new interface. Also, an interesting thing, supposedly you can get nukes in Warzone. DMZ, play your way in a completely new Warzone experience. In addition to traditional Warzone modes, Battle Royale, solos, duos, trios, and quads, Warzone 2.0 will launch with a brand new experience known as DMZ. DMZ is an open-world, narrative-focused extraction mode where operator squads have free reign to complete faction-based missions, take on additional side objectives, engage with enemy operators or AI combatants, and search for valuable items, all while fighting to survive towards exfiltration. Expect a tactical overview into this mode closer to its launch next week. Coming in season, third-person playlists. As announced at Next, Warzone 2.0 will include third-person playlists. This shift in perspective could completely change the Battle Royale fundamentals in Call of Duty, allowing for different visible tactics and an altered, but still action-packed gameplay feel. Modern Warfare 2 owners can already get a taste of third-person now through the game's multiplayer. Third-person playlists will be introduced into the Battle Royale weekly rotation during Season 1. Warzone Intermission relaunched as Call of Duty Warzone Caldera? While we look ahead to Warzone 2.0, we also want to address our plans for Call of Duty Warzone. Access to Call of Duty Warzone continues as normal until November 16th, when a short intermission takes place during the launch window of Warzone 2.0. So basically, drive players into the new Warzone. They're shutting down Warzone. At approximately 8 p.m. PT and November 16th, Call of Duty Warzone servers will temporarily go offline as Call of Duty Vanguard Season 5 concludes. At approximately 10 p.m., Call of Duty Warzone 2 will be released as part of Modern Warfare 2 Season 1. During this time, studio development resources led by Raven Software will be focused on ensuring the new Warzone 2.0 free-to-play ecosystem is running perfectly. At this time, you are encouraged to jump in and play Warzone 2.0 for free. Once the Warzone 2.0 ecosystem is fully stable and after a small development break for Thanksgiving, for the developers who observe this US holiday, Warzone is planning to be relaunched as Call of Duty Warzone Caldera, a separate experience. This will happen at approximately 10 a.m. PT on November 28th. As a token of our appreciation, those players who played Warzone or Call of Duty Warzone will be gifted a few items to use in Warzone 2.0. So it's very interesting. I don't know why the developers need time off. It's not like they don't need to be developing features right then and there. Warzone, a game that's run for many years, could just be left running. Instead, they're saying they're giving their development team a break, but I'm a programmer. That's not how development works. Once a feature is released, you don't need to keep developing on it. You can have it released, develop something new, or you can have it released and not develop something new. If you're not developing something new, people don't need a break, or developers don't need a break because they're not doing anything. Anyways, Call of Duty Warzone Caldera. Following the relaunch, you will have two different Warzone games. You can play Warzone 2.0 and Warzone Caldera. Warzone 2.0's weapon progression and inventory system will be tied to the new Modern Warfare 2 content and systems. This is due to a combination of feedback from the community, technical limitations, and a need to simplify the next and newest Warzone to create a seamless player experience moving forward. Call of Duty Warzone Caldera continues as a separate game for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0. Expect the following gameplay experience within Warzone Caldera once it launches. I'm just going to put it up here. Basically, it's just everything's the same, but nothing can be transferred. We're going to skip over that because this is getting quite long. Modern Warfare 2 overview. Shoot House Shipment set for reimagined return. Prepare to finish out those camo challenges or just embrace the frantic chaos these action-packed maps provide. Open the CDL mosh pit prior to the introduction of Modern Warfare 2 ranked mode in a future season. Practice on the offline maps and rule set within your squad. This doesn't even sound like English. Maybe I've been reading this too much. New Special Ops Mission Raid Episode 1 in season. Grab your duo and assault the enemy on land and in air before gearing up for the continuation of the Modern Warfare 2 story in a daunting raid experience. So I like this, that they're continuing that Modern Warfare 2 experience. I'm hoping it's not going to be something that's locked behind a paywall because that would really suck, especially when they've got Battle Pass and skins and all of that. Shoot the Ship 2, Shoot House at launch, Shipment mid-season. Season 1.0 is bringing back two reimagined favorites from Modern Warfare 2019. They've got to say 2019 because they're so bad at naming games. They've named this game the same thing twice in like 10 years. Shoot House and Shipment. These maps are hallowed ground for camo grinders and are incredibly notorious for frantic and fun action. Shoot House. This is being launched with Season 1, situated in the jungles of Los Alamos. Los Alamos is a whole different game. Las Almas, the Shoot House's new home, was built for training cartel-hired guns with the same level of intensity as Mexican Special Forces operators. This live fire facility is just as deadly as you remember it, a small 3-laned map conducive to all playstyles. Shipment, this is coming mid-season, it says. Set on cargo ship taking on water in a storm-ridden part of the Atlantic Ocean, a new Shipment is ready to bring back the chaos that only an ultra-compact map can provide. Thinking about working around and off the map's boundaries, which was possible in previous versions, you might just find yourself at sea. But people are going to find new and exciting glitches, so don't worry. There's going to be something for those developers to patch. Warm up for ranked multiplayer with CDL Mosh Pit. In the future Modern Warfare 2 season, Treyarch is teaming up with Infinity Ward and other partners to provide a ranked play experience in multiplayer modeled after the game's highest level competition, the Call of Duty League. As previously announced, Modern Warfare 2 ranked play will be based off the past 2 years of continuous feedback and will continue, among other new features, ranked skill division, visible skill ratings, a top 250 leaderboard, and rewards fit for only our most competitive operators. While this mode is still being fine-tuned for that eventual season update, developers created a special CDL Mosh Pit playlist for Season 1. This playlist will use the league's standard rules, restrictions, and map rotation across all 3 of its official games, game modes, hardpoint, search and destroy, and control. Grab up to 3 of their most competitive squad mates and get that practice in for ranked play. You can afford those tough losses now before it starts hurting that skill rating. Special Ops, new mission at launch, Raid 1 mid-season. Call up that duo at the start of the season and prepare the trio for the ultimate test. Special Ops is getting a new mission and the first episode of raids during Season 1. High Ground, successfully find and destroy enemy communication servers to locate and extract 3 hard drives with vital enemy info. 1 operator will be tasked with piloting an attack helicopter or chopper to clear out dangerous landmines, while the other works with AI allies as part of a ground assault team to infiltrate the buildings that contain enemy equipment. Be sure to replay this mission to get those 3 weekly stars and tackle those daily challenges for additional stars, because why not, right? We've got so much time to waste. Coming mid-season Raid Episode 1. Continue the story of Modern Warfare 2 campaign. Raids will be the ultimate challenge for trios with a mix of stealth, all-out action, and puzzle-solving objectives. Expect a full tactical overview and additional raid intel at mid-season. Next up, Tier 1 and combat records. The Tier 1 playlist will be available at the start of Season 1. This playlist will feature decreased health, limited HUD elements, and friendly fire turned on for a more mil-sim-like experience. Combat records will also arrive in Modern Warfare 2 in Season 1. More intel to follow. We appreciate your patience regarding the launch of these expected features. General Season 1 overview, new Battle Pass with more player choices, 4 weapons, 6 total operators, seasonal prestige system. Next up, they talk about the Battle Pass. I'm going to skip over that. More Battle Pass stuff, a lot of Battle Pass stuff. You can see these are sort of the guns that are going to be coming out with the Battle Pass. Actually, you know what? I did read ahead a little bit. We're going to go over this part of the Battle Pass because I find that interesting, and I'm not going to go over the rest of it because I don't want to sell you anything. That's not my job to do. In this season of Modern Warfare 2019, the Battle Pass system offered players a collection of free items, including functional weapons and Call of Duty points, just by playing the game. It gave our community visibility into what content they were earning or buying, with the ability to upgrade and access 100 plus items, including our new operators, weapon blueprints, and more. In Season 1, we are introducing a brand new iteration of the Battle Pass with a host of innovations. Players will now have more choices and more agency than ever before. Instead of a linear stream of tiers set out into a scrolling row along the bottom of your screen, your Battle Pass takes the form of a multi-sector map. Players will unlock items using each battle token tier skips across this map, which is themed within the current season. Each map has at least 20 sectors with 5 items in each sector. So for those of you who don't know, that's 100 items. Tokens can be used to either unlock adjacent sectors or earn more items within an unlocked sector. Essentially, these tokens can be used to unlock specific items within the Battle Pass at your own pace. So yeah, you can basically go through the Battle Pass using Battle Pass tokens to unlock things rather than the traditional system where you've got to go up 100 levels just to get that one cool item at the end. It sounds like now you might have to only go up 5. Anyways, here's some of the Battle Pass items that you can unlock. You've got a Victus XMR sniper rifle, a Baz P SMG, a Chimera assault rifle, an M13B assault rifle, squad goals. These are the new operators. So what do we have here? We've got a Zeus. This is at launch right here. We've got Klaus mid-season. I'm guessing this is going to be Santa. You've got Gaz. This is a mid-season operator who those of you who played the campaign are pretty familiar with. Then squad goals, Warfare, FC kicks off in season. So these are 3 new football-themed operators. You can probably guess who these all represent. Then you got the prestige progression system. So these would be your prestiges right here. And they unlock Prestige 1, you unlock at rank 100, 3 is at rank 150, 4 is at rank 200, and 5 is at rank 250. And then an out-of-combat overview that just goes over league, everything like that. A lot of this stuff I don't think people care about that much, so I'm not going to go over that. You've got some Call of Duty shirts here. I'm just putting these up on the window, and that is pretty much it. So that's everything that you need to know about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Season 1 Warzone 2 and DMZ release. This is a really long video, so if you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. I'm guessing like 2 of you made it this far. So if you did, make sure you comment down below. I'm really curious. If you did, shout out to you. You're amazing. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace.